I want to know if anyone else who shops at Whole Foods often, because I want to be you.
We're different. We are different. You make more money. We're in different tax brackets. Something.
I'll put Okay Girl on the map. Maybe help a girl out.
Hi besties, I'm Faith Okay.
And I'm Asia the Girl.
Welcome to Okay Girl.
So glad you're back.
Yes.
It's been such a fun adventure so far.
Yeah. What is this? Episode 5?
5? 5.
Whoa.
We're on 5 already?
That's wild.
That is actually wild.
Thanks for sticking around if you've been here since the beginning. But also, if you haven't, if this is your first one, welcome.
Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in. Welcome back. Whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here. So today, I think, we'll catch up a little bit, you know, but I feel like we haven't seen each other as much recently as normal.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but our theme today, as you can maybe tell, is sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather. So we're gonna be talking all things like cozy, fall, but also itchy, uncomfy.
It's gonna be the whole fall experience.
The whole fall closet spectrum, from cozy to itchy. Mm-hmm. We got it. Yeah. So
I can't wait. This is gonna be so fun.
This is gonna be a fun one. Yeah. But what have you been up to? How are you?
I'm doing good. We've been like traveling a lot. I did feel bad because we just got back from visiting Luke, my husband's parents, and we're heading out to an event called NCMS, Nerd Culture Ministry Summit, tomorrow, and we'll be there for like a week. And Luke was like, I'm getting kind of a weird, like a feeling. I was like, why? And he's like, I just feel like I'm tired of traveling. And I was like, honestly, fair. I was like, poor boy.
Yeah, you guys have been out a lot. Luke more, obviously, but it's a lot.
It's been kind of a lot, but it's been fun.
But
I felt, so I had this moment when you were visiting Luke's parents where I was like, wow, you know, I do see a little of myself in my mother-in-law because so my father-in-law, he has been dealing just with like a bunch of like health things back to back. So he basically like is not bedridden, but he has to rest a ton and he can't lift anything heavier than a gallon of milk.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's so specific.
so specific.
I don't know how much a gallon of milk weighs.
I don't either, but not very much. So he's been like, he hates this, but he's been like delegating like all this work and having to explain like, you know, where we are in the US. We're just about the cusp of getting into some colder weather, but they live like 3 hours north of us, so even more so. So he needed help like winterizing things and everything, and so Luke really was the one that was like doing all the work for him over the weekend. But of course, like his mom also wanted to help. But I was cracking up because I don't know if like it's my father-in-law because he's just like not had a lot of social time lately or what, but he just was like more like chatty Cathy with me, which I love. I was like living for it. But he was like saying that that my mother-in-law is like such a busybody and like so eager, but doesn't always like pay attention to the details because he was like trying to have her go out to, you know, they have like a pretty big property to go check on Luke and ask him like X, Y, and Z. But like before he was done, she was like out the door, like running, so eager to help him because she felt bad because she was also like not feeling well. But it's cold outside, so Luke didn't really want her to help that much just because like he's like, I don't want her to get more sick. But she's just like felt bad that he was like the only one out there doing stuff because we all were like kind of under the weather. And so there were so many times where she would like run out and Chad's like, wait, okay, I'll just wait till she gets back. And he's like, love her. But I was like, that's me though.
He said, go, I'm going. I don't need any other direction.
Yeah. I'm able-bodied and willing. I got you. I'm here for you. And I respect that. So
yeah, I love that. That's really sweet though.
I know.
It is.
So cute.
Yeah.
What about you?
The thing I have written down to share is, okay, so the other Sunday, we went, we like left church, and normally we would like go grab food or something, but I was really wanting to sit down restaurant, and I was like, I really want to go to Dragon King's Daughter. And Nick was like, well,
which is an awesome restaurant,
sushi,
by the way.
fusion.
Love it.
So good. I was like, I really want to go there. And Nick was like, well, I kind of just want to like get back to Louisville so that we can like hurry home. And I was like, okay, fine. That's fine. Whatever. And so then we were like, he was like, I don't know. I could kind of go for Cheesecake Factory. And I was like, we were just talking about not sitting somewhere. And he was like, okay, well, let's just see. And so the wait was going to be long. So I was like, okay, so there's a Whole Foods nearby. So I was like, okay, we'll just go to Whole Foods and get fancy, hot bar, whatever. Like, yeah, real fancy. That's like the only time we go to Whole Foods is if I want like fun plant-based snacks, or if I want, or if Nick wants like hot bar. So we go in, we're like picking our hot bar food and everything. And then I got really excited because they had, mochi ice cream in the like freezer. So good. I got like matcha and ube. It was so good. Yum. And so then we get to the checkout and it starts, they're connected to Amazon. Okay. So it like asks you, are you part of Prime? And I was like, no, because I'm mooching off my parents. Right. And so I was like, I'm not dealing with all that. So like we're just checking out. And then it says for Amazon Prime members, you can pay with your palm.
What?
Your hand palm? The palm of your hand. It was like, we can palm scan you.
Do they already have that record? Like,
I don't know. I guess if you're a Prime member, you can sign up to do that at Whole Foods and it connects to your account, and then that palm.
That's wild.
I literally, Nick was like, that's so cool. And I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I immediately went into like my conspiracy theorist side where I was like, what do they need that for? Why do they need my
It's so, like, you can have the app open and just do the little QR code or
cards
something.
Tap now. Like you can just tap, but no, you want to hold your palm and scan it.
And like, not that it'd be any better to just do like a thumbprint, but like a palm seems so excessive.
Yeah,
it's just like,
also like, I know fingerprints are all different, but our palms all that, are they all different?
I feel like our palms look similar.
Kind of, yeah.
The sister palms. Got like a little bit of like an M like shape.
Yeah. Can anyone buy my stuff at Whole Foods?
You're like, this one's on me.
Just like checking out somebody's hand, reaches over.
Pay it forward.
I was just like baffled, and I left and I was like, what do they need a palm? Like what are they like, why do they need that? And Nick was like, you sound like the people whenever face scanning came out on the iPhone. like Apple scanning my face I had like no problem with, but then like Amazon wants my hand and I'm like, no. Absolutely not.
Speaking of face scanning, like, okay, I felt like my sentiment towards it has changed because when it first came out, of course, there's like all the memes of like, you have to like look perfect for it to scan your face or else it just doesn't know. But now I feel like the technology has gotten better, but I feel like that should be like convenient for me. But when I know I'm looking a wreck, I kind of am offended that it's like, no, that's still her. No. Can't fool me.
No. Well, now it can like read you with or without glasses, and with or without a mask on. Yeah. And so like, what are you using?
I don't know.
Is it the eyebrows?
Maybe. Like, brows are very defining, I guess, but like, I don't know.
It's like looking at your cheek right here and your eyebrows and forehead.
Yeah, exactly. Just that.
That's all like, if you have on sunglasses, they might even cover your brows a little bit, and a mask.
We should do a little test and see like how much how far can it go. We'll isolate.
Yeah, we'll figure it out for you guys. Don't worry. Don't fret about Face ID. We got you. Well, now that makes me like, I kind of want to see how the Amazon one, like, that makes me want to like, if I paint my palm or if I contour my palm, will it still be able to read?
The makeup where you like contour your face to look like a celebrity or whatever. I your palm.
I set my palm to like some celebrity. I'm like, it's on them now. Yeah,
exactly. They got this.
This one's on Bezos himself.
We're gonna start like a whole like new version of identity theft.
Oh gosh, guys. No. They've got our faces. They know who we are.
It's true. Maybe that's why Amazon's like, we gotta do palms, because who's showing their palms like this, you know, like this
They
is
go,
all extra
they go
measure
into
of
a
security.
church during praise and they're like, snap, snap.
Yeah. Moving around.
The benediction happens and they're like, did everybody get pictures?
Then the conspiracy theorists are just gonna wear gloves. And then it'll like be like capitalism's gonna get involved and it'll be like, okay, but here are fun gloves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta jump on that.
Yeah. We do.
We start
You're
by
like standing outside of Whole Foods.
protect your balls. We instill fear. And then we provide a solution to the fear.
I mean, that's the recipe for success.
We're bringing back Michael Jackson.
That's gonna be like our logo. It's just like his silhouette. And then every time our commercial comes on,
he hide your palms.
Exactly that. That's the one.
That's literally the only thing that I had to share. The Whole Foods palm.
I love that so much.
It was just so. I literally, as soon as I left Whole Foods, I was like, I have to tell Asia about this.
That is crazy. Well, now you know. I want to know if anyone else who shops at Whole Foods often, because I want to be you.
We're
first
different.
of all.
We are different. You make more money. We're in different tax brackets. Something.
I'll put okay girl on the map. Maybe help a girl out. But I want to know if you are for or against the palm reading happening.
There's actually a little lady in there with like a crystal ball. You pay and it's like, you'll die in 4 days.
Oh, wait. Perfect.
I see that your love line goes all the way across. That's not good.
It's like they have like a triage system that like if it is something bad, they will flag you and be like, wait, hold on, before you leave.
You have to know.
Yeah. Great. This is great.
Yeah.
What a great start to this episode.
Yeah, welcome.
If anyone wonders if we like discuss what we're talking about beforehand, we do like talk about like what the theme is, but we really don't really know what each other's bringing to the table until we record this.
We're hearing it live.
Live,
and then you get that live.
So
it's like we're sitting with you listening to each other talk.
Exactly. That's all we want here. Okay, what are we talking about today, Faith?
Sweater weather and not the neighborhood song. But maybe, I don't know.
You tell us.
So first we're gonna talk about our favorite fall things. Our warm and cozy feelings, like as if you put on a nice cozy sweater. Ooh. And then the things that make you feel awkward or uncomfy or just like itchy, irritated, like a bad sweater. It might be a cute sweater, but it might be a bad sweater. Yeah, you know.
Or it's like when you're wearing the sweater for too long and the heat's been going and you just like feel it on your neck and it's just like not fun anymore. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So that's the vibe today. So first, we're talking our favorite fall things.
I'm so excited.
So I want to hear about.
Are we going back and forth again?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Okay. I talk about this all the time. If you follow me on my social stuff, you already definitely know about this, or if you're just in my life IRL. But over the garden wall viewing party is like our only real family tradition. Like any like notable one that's unique to other people, I think. Every year we throw a viewing party for a obscure, not that obscure now. I think it's like the cult following has like grown and grown, which is really fun. But a mini series by Cartoon Network that's like very like Grimm's fairy tale vibe, very eclectic, about two boys are lost in the woods. So anyways, our friends, they introduced it to us when Luke and I first got married, like that fall, and we loved it so much. It's so weird, it's so bizarre. And so that first Thanksgiving that we had as a married couple, we had like a Friendsgiving. We had like a bunch of people come over for Thanksgiving because we weren't like going anywhere, and we showed it to those friends, and that I consider that like our first like viewing party.
Aww, that's
which
so
is
cute.
really cute. Yeah, we learned though that it's worth it to be mindful of who you're inviting to watch it, only because some people are really not gonna like it, and then they're just like uncomfortable and they're like, what are we doing here?
This is my itchy sweater moment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is an acid trip that I did not ask for. No more tea, you know. So I felt bad for this like two people that like really didn't like it. So every year we would just always invite, you know, people that have watched it that we know of, and then people who we would think would like it. And so it's always like a little bit of a gamble. You're like, who knows? But it's kind of like became like a fun social experiment for us. So sorry, because that sounds a little bit like not good now that I'm saying that, but I don't know, it's entertaining for me. So we did it every single year, and we just this fall through our 8th annual one, which is crazy because we went from like one full couch of people in our tiny first apartment to 70 people in our backyard.
It was wild.
It was crazy.
I was glad we got there early because we got our little spot set up. Yeah. And then I turned around and I was like, where did all of these people come from? Yeah. What is going on? What?
For real.
Like navigating back to the table of
insane.
Snacks. It was like a maze. I was like, sorry, excuse me, sorry.
Well, Jacob and my brother Jacob and his girlfriend, they were getting ready in the house, and so they like technically were like late to when it started, because we always just have like 30 minutes or so people just like hanging out before we start watching. And they his girlfriend had never seen it before, never like been to one of these parties before, and she got immediately overwhelmed because she did not know that there was gonna be anything close. Granted, I did not know either. There was like 20 more people than I thought was gonna be there. But it was so fun. So it's just been really cool to see that grow. And I don't know if I think you saw it on TikTok already, but I've been posting just like stuff about the party. And in my most recent TikTok, the Blasting Company, who did the score and like the soundtrack for Over the Garden Wall, commented on it and saying that my food looked yummy, and I was like, oh, excuse me, you're invited to next year's one.
Imagine them showing up.
That would be amazing. I would love that so much.
Crazy.
So yeah, really exciting, super obscure. Faith had her first viewing party last year.
Yeah,
which is fun.
Love. Yeah, when I was thinking of traditions, I was like, low-key Over the Garden Wall is now becoming one of ours, because we just like are coming along. We're like, so I love this show, it's so fun. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that would be my tradition.
Yeah, so we also don't have a lot of like fall traditions. Like we have Thanksgiving, of course, and like, you know, we do Halloween things, but like there's no really
you guys,
like set
slay at Halloween,
tradition.
by the way.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. But I wrote down, and Nick tried to argue with me, but I'm right, okay?
Yeah.
Louder Than Life is becoming our tradition.
I love
in the
that.
fall.
That's
and
good.
he was like, that's the summer. And I said, no. And I Googled it. Fall starts September 22nd.
Yeah, right.
Louder Than Life is normally the last or second to last weekend of September.
Yes.
So it counts as fall.
That's not.
So that's like become
September
our tradition.
Is not summer.
Yeah, no. September is fall. It's a berm. It's
exactly.
Well, December, it doesn't count, but.
That's fine.
I guess it goes into December, though, doesn't it? Technically? Well, no, it's end of November, right?
Wait, I think
winter officially starts like mid-December.
Yeah, it's like December 21st or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, yeah. That's like winter solstice. Yeah. Okay, so Louder Than Life,
validated.
For those that aren't familiar, is a 4-day music festival that happens in the area, and it's like at the fairgrounds, and it's huge. Like tens of thousands of people come to this. Like, I think crazy. This year it was like, I don't know, it was like over 50,000 people like through the few days, I think, unless I'm crazy. But it's huge. It's so much fun. And like, we don't even know all the bands. We bought tickets this last time before the lineup even dropped. Like, literally, like,
I think it was the weekend after, right?
Yeah, so they do a special where it's like, hey, we're putting tickets up, and like, you can put them on layaway if you like, and we'll cut you, like, they'll be cheaper if you just like buy them before lineup. And so we were like, well, we had so much fun the first year, we're just gonna buy them again. So we bought them again, and we only had to pay like $30 a month on layaway.
That's
until
so
it
nice.
Came around. So it was great. But yeah, so like this year I think I cared about maybe 5 bands, and I was like, I still had the time of my life.
That's awesome.
It's so fun. Like, everybody's so nice. I traded bracelets this year. Like, I did candy,
fun.
Which was like so fun, and I left with so many cute little things. And just like everybody there, like a lot of concerts you go to that are like one band, it's like people are like pushing to try to get to the front, and everybody's kind of like feeling entitled about being there. But this one is very much like everyone's looking out for everybody, and it feels very like family-ish. Like people bring their kids. Like it's so much fun, and like it just like is a nice kickoff of our fall, I feel like. And so I think that's becoming our tradition that we go to Louder Than
That's
Life
a great tradition.
I know, it's so fun. So
I love that. Did you already get your tickets for next year?
We have not. We are gonna wait on lineup for next year just because they have announced one band for it, and I was like, if that's gonna be the vibe, I don't know. You know, but there are a few bands on a similar lineup that got announced, and I was like, we'll have to go if they're there. So I think we'll end up going. I just don't know that we'll buy super early.
That makes sense. No, I'm excited for you. I wrote down one of the things we were brainstorming was like what your perfect fall day was.
Amazing. I did that one too.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'm gonna paint the picture. I wake up, I sleep in, first of all. What perfect any day are you waking up before you want to, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. Yeah. So waking up, sleeping in, and then I wake up and I put on some like cozy like fall vibe bossa nova. You know, I'm just like, it feels coastal but also cozy. I don't know. That's just me, but love that. And then I'm like sipping on a little like sweetened espresso in a little tiny cup, and I feel so fancy with a matching little saucer, because of course I'm too extra. I can't have it in a cup.
Love that.
Like, what's
for
the
you?
saucer for? I don't even have a snack. It's just the
saucer is for the cup.
Exactly. And then I am reading like some slice of life, kind of sad but also like very profound Japanese novel.
Right. That's on brand for you. But the thought of that is like huh?
It's totally not your vibe, but
I see it. It's in the image.
There's this one in particular that one of my book friends recommended to me called Dead End Stories. So good. A lot of death, but like it's cozy. I don't know. Like natural causes death, like not like we're going to war, you know. It's just like
nothing comforts me like the thought of just dying in my sleep naturally.
And then like the ghost like is just there hanging out with the next generation that lives in the house, so it's like a little bit of haunting, but like you know, it's still cozy haunting. so cozy. So yeah, that's just like the best. And then I was telling Faith, I'm doing my best to wear something on theme today because I like felt like I needed like a sweater weather outfit, but I don't really have that many sweaters. I wear a lot more like jackets. So I think on this perfect fall day I would like somehow go on a little hot girl walk with my dog, and we'll go to this like beautiful, this imaginary in my neighborhood thrift store and just find like the best sweaters.
I love that you've created a walkable city. You said my perfect fall day involves walking the city.
Exactly.
It's a different location.
Exactly. But yeah, finding the perfect like set of sweaters, because that's what I really want right now. And then also make it make sense, but there's just all the things that came up to me. Okay, we get home feeling a little bit hungry, a little hungies. So I have some hot spinach artichoke dip with some with some French bread, toasted of course. And then for my little sweet treat, I have some little pecan bites, you know. And then I like kind of go between savory and sweet. Girl dinner. Literally, that's my girl dinner. Exactly. So it's like, and then like I just like go binge watch some TV, feeling really cozy on the couch and being really excited that I found the best sweaters, because I don't own them right now. This is like I'm like manifesting this right now.
We're gonna have this day. Yes. Spinach artichoke dip is the wildest part of that whole thing. How is that?
I don't know. It's not even really. It's just like a hot dip. I don't know. Like that's like fall maybe. I was like, I think I'd want a soup, but maybe not. You know. Dude, when I was like contemplating this day in my head, I had a lot of like thought process going on of like, would I really want to do this on the same day? Would I really not? Like, what's the balance here?
Oh my gosh, that is so good. Yeah. Whenever you say it, I'm like, I can see that being the perfect day for Asia. It makes sense. Thanks. It does. Yeah.
I want to know yours though.
But mine is a little I feel like mine's just more predictable.
That's okay.
But it's me. It's my perfect day.
It's who you are.
So I wake up, and So I see what you mean about sleeping in, but I, on my weekends, do really enjoy, like, waking up a little bit early. Like, you know, early in terms of, like, for a Saturday. Yeah. Like a 7:30, 8 o'clock. Okay, yeah. And then I, like, get ready. I put on a really comfy sweater because it's 50 degrees in the morning. Perfect. You know, like, and the day stays 50s to 60s. It can't go any hotter because I want to wear my sweater all day long. I don't want to have to sweat or change. So it's 50 to 60 degrees. I get up a little early. I get ready. I put on my makeup. I take my time getting ready, like a nice girl day in the bathroom. You don't feel rushed. You know? Yeah. And then I have my comfy sweater and I head to a coffee shop.
Love it.
And I get a pumpkin coffee of some kind, probably iced, even though
that is you.
Warm makes sense for people in fall.
Not for Faith.
I have had an alarming amount of pumpkin pie iced lattes this season.
That's okay. You do you, girl.
It got to the point where I was showing up to the coffee shop and I was like, they know me.
They know
what I want. They know.
You're regular.
So I go to the coffee shop. I probably read a little bit. I eat like a cheesy biscuit scone of some kind with my pumpkin latte. And then I might thrift a little, you know, like a little Goodwill stop, look around. But then I just go back home. I'm back home and I'm going to sit on my couch and I'm going to have like all the lights off. Okay. And just a few candles lit.
That's pretty. I like that.
Maybe I have the screen door closed but the big door open and I'm just like reading for hours. But it has to be a cheesy romance.
Right.
And it's probably
not a
like
Japanese.
Not a slice of life, not Japanese. No death. Please, no death. I can't emotionally handle it. I just want two people that hate each other to fall in love. That's it.
Yes, a little slow burn.
Yeah, slow burn, enemies to lovers. That is the good stuff.
That is the recipe.
That is the perfect fall day for me.
That is so on brand for you. I love that for you.
Thank you.
I hope that you have that day soon.
Yeah, I think I've been having a few of those. So
good.
It's nice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You're already winning.
I know. I've we'll talk about I was gonna say ever since I got my ADHD diagnosis, we'll talk about that another time.
Unpack that.
But ever since then I've been like, you know what? I've got to slow down and really take care of myself.
Yes.
And so my Saturdays have been mostly free.
Good.
I'm just, like, trying to vibe.
I love that for you. That's so good.
Thank you.
Okay. So there was a bit about fall memories and I was like trying to brainstorm. I was like, what's a good fall memory? Because besides obviously over the garden wall stuff, which are always good memories.
Yeah.
But there was this one Thanksgiving that my middle brother Rio and his wife Allie, they came and visited us before they had kids, which is kind of crazy to think about. And we just like did little adventures around Louisville, near Slow. We're living on that side of the river. And the best part was like one of the days, it was like a little chilly. We're all wearing, I used to have like a really good like fall wardrobe because I was like thinking about that era and I was like, dude, I had some really awesome stuff. I don't know how
we have to resolve that.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
So we're like hanging out and we have our longboards, our like skateboards, and we like if you're unfamiliar with the downtown Louisville situation, there is a park called Waterfront Park that has like a walkway that honestly is like everything is like pretty walkable on that side, and then it connects all the way into downtown. And so we started on like the far end, like where the park kind of starts, and we just like skated all the way through.
Aww.
Yeah, and then skated into we like stood like, you know, by one of the little dock areas against the river, hung out there for a while. Rio was really into drones at that time, so he was getting a lot of drone shots, which was kind of fun. And then I was like such a baby because like there were some like little steeper slope areas. I was like, I'm gonna walk. You guys can stay.
That's fair.
Because knowing me, I would just like end up in the river. So let's not do that because the river's kind of gross. But we like skated around downtown, like all just like dilly-dallying, like taking our time. And then we made our way, skated into downtown Louisville, and then went to Pokehana and had some Poke Bowls, and it was like the best. Like
that's amazing.
Something about that was just it was just like so cozy and enjoyable. We're all just like laughing, and it was just really fun because like my brother doesn't live in town with us, so it was like nice to spend time with him and Allie. So I think that's like one of my favorite like fall memories.
That's sweet. I do think that your perfect fall just involves a walkable moment.
I think so. I I do love it.
Skatable, walkable moment.
You're so right. Learning so much about myself today.
I'm right there with you. Every girl just wants a walkable city.
It's true.
That's all that we need.
Yeah. I did like, okay, I forget the name of the book and I forget the author, but there's like some author who wrote something about like, I think it might be like how to love where you live or something like that. And she legitimately was saying like, when you, obviously for the most part, when people move to warmer climates, they tend to be happier, generally speaking, than those that move into colder climates. Understandable. But she was saying like, regardless of where you move, she was like gave a bunch of tips of like how to like fall in love with where you live. But one of the things that she recommends is like, whenever you can, like wherever it makes sense to, you should just like walk to places, because it just like allows you to take your settings in at like a like realistic pace, because of course when you're zooming around,
like,
even,
you
like,
can't
really
like
cute
keep
spots,
up. Yeah,
exactly, you can't like enjoy it all. So it's like, yeah, like, so she was recommending like, okay, one of the times you like go to the convenience store or whatever, just like walk there if you can instead of driving, even though like it's more convenient, like if it's within like you know, obviously there's like some areas that that's not really realistic, but others that it is. And I applied that to when we first moved to Louisville, and I was like, that actually like worked so well. And I felt like I was able to just like really take the quaintness in.
Yeah. I think that is the nice thing about Louisville. It's not a walkable city.
No, unfortunately.
But there are pockets that are.
Yeah.
And so like I think that as you're saying that, I'm like, that makes so much sense on why I loved Louisville immediately moving for college, because I just walked campus and like walked around, and then like even if I drove like Bardstown Road, you can walk that whole thing.
Yeah, you just park one place and then go everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
So cozy.
Nice little walkable tangent. I love that. It's my dream. I also did a fall memory.
Perfect.
It's a layup, okay? But Nick and I got engaged and married, and then had our second wedding ceremony. all in the fall. So we got engaged in September and married in October, and then publicly married in November. So we can unpack that on another episode. Yeah, that would be fun to do like our wedding.
We
like,
should
dating marriage stories.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun and chaotic.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, so like it is nice that like every fall, which fall is my favorite season, and it always has been. But like, then I like met Nick or like we started like getting serious and getting married in that time, and so like now it's just even sweeter, and I just like love that my favorite season I get to celebrate our marriage with my favorite person, and just like so really just living a good life. Yeah. That was our I think the most memorable of it is probably like pinpointing a place like Cherokee Park in Louisville. Sorry, we're talking like we're like real local podcasts, but there's this all we do is talk about Louisville. This beautiful park that has like a little gazebo, and that's where we got engaged and where we did our elopement. And so that's like a special place for us, and it's called Dog Hill because everyone just brings their dogs there and unleashes them, and they just all run it around the hill. That's it.
That's so good.
But so I just like when I think fall, I'm like Cherokee Park and like that gazebo and just like our little private elopement. Aww. Which I would recommend everybody do. That's no bias, sweet. But
I love that. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder like what it would have been like if Luke and I eloped, but yeah, we can say that for another episode.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Favorite fall media. Okay. This is also gonna be very predictable for those who know me, but all the Thanksgiving Gossip Girl episodes.
Oh, nice.
You know, like, okay, for anyone who's watched Gossip Girl, it's like iconically the time where like Gossip Girl takes a break because she's like on holiday too, but of course like everything chaotic happens anyways.
Oh, yeah.
But they always like make it kind of like family centered. It's always like, oh, but there's a sweet moment. Like they try to like play off of that holiday thing, but it's always like every season, of course, like the ante gets like upped and upped, and it's like the more ridiculous things are happening, but for some reason it's just like so cozy to me.
I love that. I love that so much.
That's all you need.
Just Gossip Girl at Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Just flashbacks to Serena being like drugged up and
the worst person alive.
For real.
Everybody else being the worst person alive. So
everyone
that whole
enabling
show
her.
Is just, everybody sucks. That's it.
And we love it.
Yeah, we eat it up. Oh my gosh.
What about yours?
Okay, so I did songs and a show.
Oh, okay.
My show is predictable. Everybody loves it. Gilmore Girls. It is fall.
I had a thought that like when we edited this podcast, this seems like too much work, so maybe we won't do it. Would be so funny for like every like fall thing we talk about, you just hear like every single time.
The la la la's. Absolutely. I love that. I love that idea. We could do that for at least a little reel.
Yeah,
TikTok.
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. little la la la's. Yeah, that show, when I was rewatching it, so Nick and I rewatched it recently, and I realized he was like so excited because I was like, it's a fall show. So a fall show.
It really is.
And then he was like, why are there no Halloween episodes?
Wait, I never thought about that.
There is like a
That's so
whopping
true.
one with a jack-o'-lantern and like
in
the background. It's a fall show, but like it is not.
Yeah.
There is no
Like,
Halloween.
no spooky here.
There's like, I think there's some Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two.
So. It is actually surprising how much they don't do for
it's very strange.
Such a long running show.
Yeah. There's like hardly like Christmas is a thing because like the first snow is a big deal for Lorelai. Right. Like so yeah, we were rewatching and he was like, where's the Halloween? And I was like, it's fall. There's a pumpkin.
So cozy.
But I do love that show. And it doesn't really make sense because you watch the show and whenever I watch it, I'm like, I hate everybody so much in this show. Like Rory, I hate her.
Yeah.
But it's comfy and cozy. It's the same as like Gossip
It's just
Girl.
like Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
They're the same.
And then I also had music because I love a themed playlist.
Nice.
A layup, Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood. I do love that song. Don't love The Neighborhood anymore, but the song is iconic. And then Tyler Childers, everything he does feels fall and cozy.
Yeah.
He's like country, like Appalachia.
It's got that very like warm like tone. Yeah. I agree with that.
And then Noah Kahan's Stick Season album. Because
of course.
Noah Kahan is also fall.
Yeah.
Like that, he is fall.
A fall boy.
He is the fall moment.
Yeah.
I love him. I love his music. It's perfect for fall.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know if I have any like besides my go-to Over the Garden Wall
the
vibe
yeah.
playlist.
Well, you can't forget your bossa nova that you mentioned.
That's true, my bossa nova. Yeah, but the with the fall sprinkle.
Yeah.
Some like fall spices.
Yeah.
Sprinkled in.
Oh my gosh,
love that.
That was fun. I liked hearing that. I want to hear you guys' fall traditions or favorite fall things. Everybody has them. They're like it is interesting because normally you think fall, you think the same things, but like we had some pretty different things. Yeah, I love that.
I think part of it too is like I'm sure I'll talk about it. We're gonna have like another, of course, fall episode next week, but I didn't grow up with like fall at all.
Yeah,
so like
it's true.
Yeah. I kind of like developed all of those cozy feelings like after.
Yeah, like college and on. Yeah, man, that's wild.
I know. So indoctrinate me, everyone. I'm still new. Oh my gosh.
Okay, are we ready to talk cozy sweaters?
Yes.
How many did you do for this?
I have 4.
Okay, I have 3.
Oh,
so
perfect.
I'll go first.
Yeah. Okay. One of the moments that makes me feel cozy, I don't know, maybe there is a word for this. I couldn't like think of it, but you know, I feel like this happens almost every Thursday, but like when you're just like hanging out with friends or like family, loved ones, and you just start like talking about whatever and you're just hanging out, and then it gets later and later, and then you're like equally talking about nonsensical things and talking about very like deep, like introspective or like whatever like light moments you're thinking about your childhood, and like that you're like making all these connections, and you're just like having this like really rich conversation, and it's like 2 a.m.
Yes,
like that like really is such like a hug to my soul. I love that.
That's so really good. Sweet.
I feel like it happens so a lot with you guys being here like for so late.
Just staying as long as possible.
I'm like, why do we not make these meetings on Fridays or something? You have to work tomorrow.
right. We should probably reconsider.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a conversation for another time. My first one I already mentioned, but I love a pumpkin coffee in a coffee shop while reading. Even better if it's kind of dreary out. Yeah, like a little like it's chilly.
You're like flipping the script
and it's
on, like what could be icky weather, but
yeah,
it's not.
yeah, but it's like a little cloudy, overcast, and like not a very bright day. So then like I'm just like really locked in on reading.
Nothing to like overstimulate you outside. That's so nice.
Yeah,
I love that. I really love, this is like a very maybe introverted thing / creative thing, but I just love when I like create something. This sounds so like egotistical, maybe, I don't know. I'll just like stare at it for a long time and be like,
I love that.
Wow.
No, that's very real.
Yeah, look what I did. This is so cool. This is so pretty. And like a bonus extra coziness is when it's like decor or like home decor related, and then I'll just like sit and bask in it and like maybe have my sweetened espresso and just be like like when I finished this room, I was like literally here for so long, just staring.
I don't blame you. Yeah. I would do the same. If I did all of this, I'd be like, I would never shut up. I would be like, you guys have to look at my room. Look at this. Yeah. Come here.
So that's the introvert extrovert, because I'm like, I don't need anyone here.
This is all for me.
This is for me. Yeah. And that literally, like, if I could like verbalize like my internal thoughts, it literally would just be like, wow. It's like the Scott Pilgrim. Oh, you haven't watched Scott Pilgrim? That we gotta make you watch that for one of these episodes.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
But there's like a bit where someone will say wow, and then someone else will say yeah wow, but it's just that to myself, like wow, yeah, wow, like over and over again. So that's a cozy.
I love that.
Sweater
I love it.
feeling for me.
One of my cozy sweater moments is that there are like very few nights I feel like that Nick and I come home and either don't have something to do or like don't want to like play video games or like do something, like we just want to rot. And so that like
at the same time, like,
exactly, yeah, because a lot of times we'll like parallel play where it's like he's gaming and I'm doing what, like I'm coloring or whatever, but like there are a few moments where it's like we've both had like a rough day at work and it's like I just want to come home and lay on the couch and rot and just like do that next to each other. And so we come home and we put on some stupid YouTube, probably like dumb documentary type of series thing, like a YouTube commentary, or like maybe like a Try Guys Keith Eats the Whole Menu type video. Love them. But then we'll just like, we have LED lights that sync to the screen on our TV. And so we'll like turn all the lights off in the whole apartment and then turn those on.
That's so
and
nice.
Nick lights his favorite candle.
Perfect, of course.
And then we just like lay on the couch under one blanket and just watch YouTube and rot together.
So
and that is like, oh,
that's so nice.
It rejuvenates me for the rest of my day or week or whatever. And I'm like, that was great.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Really painted that picture. We both really like reading, even though we don't like reading different things for the most part, but we both really like reading. I think like a simple cozy moment is maybe a little bit chaotic to people, but I love reading a book in one sitting.
Oh yeah.
Like like that. It really is, generally speaking, like my favorite like way to spend a Saturday is like sleeping in and then picking up. Oh no, I'll always like make sure everything is clean first. I do feel like I do that, and then I'll sit here and I'll I normally have like a bunch of cushions on here, but I'll like have specific ones that are like nice for lounging and reading, and I'll just like not move for like for how, I don't know, I feel like I read like 100 pages in an hour, so for how many pages that is, just sit and or lay, I guess, and just read and be completely engrossed, because I feel like it's like the best way to experience a story. Ideally, obviously it's like not ideal for most things,
it's like
but it's so
nonstop.
Nice.
The story flows.
Exactly. No breaks.
And you're like so immersed because you're so locked in.
It's like watching a movie.
Yeah, like sometimes I forget I'm like staring at the pages because I'm like I've created something in my mind. And so then I like for some, like, you know, I like become aware that I'm reading and I'm like, where am I? What time is it? What is going on? Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good one. My last one is that so in my love languages, my number one is acts of service. I love, but not me asking, because I'm bad at asking for things that I need. And so mine is acts of service that I didn't have to ask for.
That's nice.
So like there are like some moments where like I'll be working a full day and Nick has like a half day and he'll have like cleaned the apartment. and I come in and he has like candles lit because he's a candles guy.
Candle boy.
And so he'll have like a candle lit, and like I walk in and just like I can smell the like vacuum carpet smell. I love that smell. And like I come in and it's just all clear, and I could literally just sob on the spot. Like, I'm like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. One of my gifts from him for Christmas, which it was not like, we do like a budget thing, so he like got me a big gift, and he was like, I wanted you to have more than just one gift. So he made me a little coupon book for like acts of service, so that I could, instead of having to ask, I could just be like, I want to use this.
That's so cute.
And so he like has one that's like a full day of laundry that I don't have to do, and like, or like a foot massage or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's what I needed.
So sweet. I love that. That's so good. Okay, the last one I have is Faith already knows this, but like nothing brings me more cozy feelings inside than when like I can like throw a nice like dinner for friends and family that like I've made, and just like sit there and people like enjoy it and have good conversation and just be like, wow, this is so good. Like it just makes me so happy. Like literally for my birthday last year, I was just like, come to our house and I'm gonna make everyone food, and everyone's like, you're just gonna be making like, yes, please. And I was like so happy about it because I like was able to use all my fun dishes that I've like accrued and like collected over time and curated, and I had the napkins and everything, and we made like dumplings, and Jacob made sushi, and Luke made bao buns, and like we were just like providing so much food for people, and like it was all like dished like presented beautifully, and people could just like sit at this very packed dinner table and just like enjoy it together. I was just like, this is like my dream, and everyone's like, I'm glad this is your dream.
I was like, I'm so glad that I can contribute to your happiness by eating this amazing food that you made. Thank you so much. Like, happy birthday to me also.
Let's celebrate all of us, I guess. But yeah, it really is. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like I really get so much joy out of that.
I love that. I love it.
Okay.
That was weird. Yeah. We just had the exact same time.
That's crazy. Are you ready for some itchy sweater moments?
Itchy sweater moments.
Okay, I have 4 of these.
I have 3.
Okay, so we'll do the same thing.
You start, yeah.
Yeah, all right. This is going to be fun. All right. So you ate at like a Chipotle today for lunch. So any of those like restaurants where you're like going through a line and they're like building whatever for you, whether it's like a sub or Chipotle or something, nothing makes me feel like more uncomfy than when I like mess up the start of the order and I feel like my momentum is all gone and I'm just like, I'm really scrambling. I'm like, I need this bowl, and what I don't know, like my brain like breaks, and Jacob always is behind me whenever this happens, and he's like, wow, you really went off the rails there. I'm like, I know. And I don't know, it's like, I think in my brain I'm like, okay, I know what to ask, I know what I need, but then when like the smallest thing throws it off, like they're like, I don't know, like restocking something, or they ask, I forget, is this the 2 choice called a bowl or plate, I forget, at like Panda Express. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, those things trip me up, and then I don't know how to recover because I like have this issue where instead of just like pausing and then like thinking about it and then talking, I'll just like verbally process. But the worst is when like people are not being empathetic of that, and they just look like, dude, just tell me what you want.
Just get it together,
and like,
please.
I don't get paid enough for this, and I'm like, I'm sorry. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's real though. Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So I was like struggling with this one because
You're such a confident person.
I'm not. No, it's not that. I'm just not easily embarrassed. Because I grew up like with my parents intentionally trying to embarrass me.
Right.
And so like I don't feel awkwardness or embarrassment very easily. So I went for like one is like a little awkward, but my first few are just like things that like irritate me, and I'm immediately overstimulated.
That's perfect for you.
So
this is good.
My first one is loud chewing.
You do hate that very
much. Despise despise loud chewing. It irks me beyond belief. And Nick tends to be a loud chewer.
Yes.
Especially when he's enjoying something.
Yeah.
And so really we'll like sit down we'll sit down in the living room or whatever and like sit down to eat, and he'll like really start smacking, and I am like, we're at the point now where he knows it irks me, but he's not thinking of it, and I know that's why. So I don't have to be like, hey, can you like not chew? Right. So I just turn to him and I go, is it good? And then he's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, chewing really loud. Sounds like you really enjoy it. And he's like, oh, sorry.
I love that.
I've had that, like, people chewing gum, if they're not like a mouth closed chewer, that is insane. I've had friends that way, and I'm like, can you spit it out? Please. Like, just get rid of it, please. But it's like one thing that immediately sets me off.
That's so good. Okay. This, I don't know, I'm curious if you like, I know we both like do this, but I don't know if you have the same feeling as me when it comes to this. Whenever I'm having conversations specifically with people that I'm not like the closest to, like, I don't think this ever really occurs to me when I'm like close to these people or close to people, but when I become like self-aware in the middle of like a social conversation, that I am definitely oversharing, and I like don't really know what to do next. I'm like, oh, I can't just stop at this
vomit
point.
on the spot. Yeah. That's what I would
do. Yeah, I just like, I kind of feel like panicky, and I'm like, oh no. But then I feel like there's no obligation, but I feel obliged to like finish my story. I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't, but we're already here. I feel like you can infer the rest.
Buckle
I might as well
up.
tell you. Yeah. Exactly. And then I walk away and I'm like, sorry.
I feel that, but I tend to become aware after, because I
like reflect
in the afterwards. Moment. I'm like, I'm having a great time. I'm just yapping. I'm cutting up, and then I get in my car and I'm like, oh no, and it like hits me, and I'm like, I need to like somehow take it all back. Like, haha, that was really funny. I was lying.
Just kidding.
I feel you. That yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My next one, it is in the same kind of area as your Chipotle type lineup and my food chewing. Another thing that like just sets me off is that, so I eat plant-based, mostly I'm pescatarian, so I'll eat some fish, but like fast food typically does not have fish, and if they do, it's probably not good.
Also true.
And so I tend to just like modify things to make it vegetarian friendly. Taco Bell, my queen, they always have vegetarian stuff. Everywhere else, no. Burger King does. Love Burger King.
Yes, you're telling us.
But I'll go to somewhere and I'm like, hey, like McDonald's, for example. I go and I'm like, this is going to sound crazy, but can I get a Big Mac with no meat? And like maybe add a tomato. And so then I get like some veggies, some cheese, some sauce, bread, whatever. And that's like a good meal for me. I'm like, it's basically a salad on a bun. Yeah. But I will ask for that. And then of course I get the no meat. And I go, yes, no meat, please. And they go, okay. And because they always have sass about it. It's like, how hard, I'm saving you time. You don't have to put a patty on the burger. But anyway, so then I get through the drive-thru, and I like trust them more than I should, clearly. And then I get all the way home.
You put a lot of disproportionate trust in like.
I trust no one but a fast food worker that hates me, like, because they have all the sass. They don't care about me. Why do I trust them? And so I get all the way home, and I open the bag and I unwrap, and there's meat, and I am immediately like, this has ruined my life. This is the end. This is the end for me. I'll never recover. And so then I just like, I angrily pick off the meat if I can. Or if the whole thing, like Taco Bell sometimes leaves the meat on things, and it's like, the whole thing's ruined. I can't scoop out the beef. And so then I'm like, I give it to Nick because I'm like, you can eat it. I can't. And then he's like, do you want to trade? And I'm like, no. Because then I'm just mad. Right. And so then he's like, do you want me to go get you food? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna sulk in the fact that they messed up my order, and I'll eat my side.
Oh, that's
and
so
then I'm
you.
just angry the whole time.
Right. It's all uncomfy.
It's just
everything's itchy.
It's just like, yeah, I feel it all. My face is hot, and I'm just like angry at this random poor fast food worker that like poor in the sense of like they have to put up with people all day that are already angry, and so I'm like, I'm not going back. I don't want to make them miserable. Right. So then I just sit in my hot anger. Yeah.
That's a good one. It's also so you. I just love that your reaction is just like, let me just be more angry.
Always. My instinct is anger.
Okay, so one of the ones that makes me really uncomfy that I try to be aware of, but I always fall into these things, is like, I actually saw a TikTok about this, about how like people with ADHD are more likely to do this. I think in addition to be a verbal processor, I feel the need to like respond right away, generally speaking. And so when I'm in like a work setting or some sort of like professional setting, maybe sometimes social setting too, when someone's asking me to do something, I'll just say yeah. Often I'll say yes before like really thinking about it. When it's very normal to be like, oh yeah, let me think about that and get back to you. Such a normal response. Yeah. And then I'm stressed because I'm like, I already said yes. And now like I can't like go back on my word, or like or honestly, most of the time I'm not even thinking like I got to figure out how to like let them down easy and tell them no. I'm like stressing out thinking like, how do I need to rearrange my life to make this very inconvenient thing happen, and be like really like really like flustered about it the whole time. And I'm just like this, but of course they never know that I'm like struggling with this. I'm just here thinking like, how do I rearrange my life to make this one task happen that I should have just said probably no to.
Gosh. That is what I get you on the response immediately, but yeah, that's rough.
I know.
Saying yeah,
so I know. I just need to get better at like, I don't have to say no immediately. I mean, I probably should at some point, but I think my baby step before that is just like tell people like, let me think about it, and then legitimately think about it and then get back to them. Like there's nothing wrong with like waiting and processing.
No, because they would tell you, let me think
exactly
about it.
And I would not be upset about that at all.
No. Yeah.
Maybe next year.
That was one of my New Year's resolutions one time, which maybe that's where it's stemming from, but like there was one year where I was like, I'm gonna say no to things more. Like that's my resolution. I'm gonna set boundaries.
Look and at
it helped a lot. Okay, it helped a lot.
So good.
Okay, my last one is which we've talked a little bit about this, or it's in our quiz too, I think. Oh yeah, that we did. But I feel so awkward and uncomfortable. This is the one thing that's like, ugh, like that's the noise internally. And it's like when I don't know someone super well, and we're just chatting it up, having a good time, and then they say something that they should not have said. Yeah. Or like something that I'm like, oh, I so disagree with that. Or like, and I really want to say something, and I really want to call them out, but I'm trying to be a nice person to someone that I don't know very well. Yeah. And I'm like,
the relationship's not quite there yet.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the whole time I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh my God. Oh gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And they just keep going with it, and I'm just like, yeah. And so then it's like, did I just affirm that? And so it's like so. I mean, let me be clear. If they said something that was like really terrible, I'd be like, something for sure. Or
but if it's just like a little slightly off,
yeah,
and you're like, but it's like
something that isn't like morally like terrible, you know, like if it's like they just said something that I disagree with or like have a difference of opinion on, then I'm like, ugh.
It's like on a graph when like the degree is only like a few off, but then it keeps on going and it's going further and further away from the baseline.
Yeah. And then I see them a second time, you know, and they're like, oh, back, you know, remember? And I'm like,
oh no, we're here.
We've gone too far.
That's so stressful.
You don't know the real me.
That's for real.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Oh, that's a good one for you. I feel like this is like equally as extensive of like a personality analysis. Is there
this
any
is
kind
totally
of episode?
Telling of us. Yeah, this is so, it's sharing more about us. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, my last one I have is So to backstory for my one, in college, I think is when I became most aware of the fact that I guess sometimes to some people I give a vibe of like, it's just so easy to talk over her. I don't know, like the timbre of my voice is it is soft. I agree. Yeah. Like and it's just for people that have more like assertive personalities, this is so easy for them to jump in, and I don't have the personality to like fight for that. And so super easy for people to do that over me. And so I used to play this game with myself in college, where like I would start a story and then like trail off and see if anyone notices. They never did. Okay, so there's that.
That makes me so sad. I'll figure out time travel and I'm gonna go back and listen for your stories.
Thank you, bestie. So now as I'm like, you know, become more aware of myself and like trying to like find areas to like lean in and whatever, I'll try to like, you know, like whatever people didn't hear it. And like my only barometer for like playing that game with myself is like, if I was actually upset, like don't do that and like address it. But if I'm just like having fun with it, whatever, it's my own little social experiment. Man, what's wrong with me? I like to like social experiments all the time. Anyways, so what has become an itchy sweater moment for me is when you know, I get cut off or something in the middle of conversation, and then I try to like get back and whenever I'm talking with you in a group, you're so good. She really slays. She always is like good at like reining it back in and being like, what were you saying, like following up. But in other scenarios, like when I am like trying to tell a story and then someone else like butts in and like very energetic and they like are tangenting, I'll put myself out there and like try to rein it back in and be like I was saying, and then continue. And then when it gets lost again, I'm like, okay, never mind. So that's like my main one. I'm like, they're the stories that got away.
It's so that's like that. It's, first of all, makes my heart so happy that you said that like I'm good at making those things come back, because I do that out of a space of hating when it used to happen to me so much. And like I remember in college, I was like a little like, just because I was adjusting to a new place, new people, all of that, I was a little more reserved and shy. Yeah. And so like I remember meeting like having a boss, and I was like doing ambassador work for the college, and so I was just kind of like doing trainings, and he was like, one of the best things you can do for people is like to be like, what were you saying? You know, like so to good. Help, especially in like microaggressive situations and stuff. And so to be like, wait, could you go further on that? Or like, what were you saying? You like, I didn't get to hear the rest. That's so good. And so like after I heard that, I was like, oh, I have had those moments where it like, it makes me like, so like I just want to shrink into myself and like just leave. Like, I'm like, okay, bye. No one's listening anyways. Who cares? Leave. And so like and now whenever because I do tend to be a tangent person where I like get excited and I'm like, oh my gosh, speaking of that, and then I'm like, wait, what did you say though? You didn't finish. Because I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. So
you're really good at not being that person.
Good thing to just keep in mind whenever you're talking with people. Make sure you just go, wait, what did you say? What were you saying?
Exactly.
It's very easy. It's so easy.
So easy.
It's so easy.
But yeah, that concludes all of our itchy sweater moments.
Sweaters.
All the sweaters.
All the sweaters Asia doesn't have.
I know. I don't want any itchy sweaters, but let's go sweater shopping.
Sometimes you get itchy ones. You just gotta wear a shirt.
That's true. There you go. Yeah. I'm imagining with just the scenario of me saying that you like are really good when we're in a conversation. T-shirt. You're the t-shirt.
I'm the t-shirt under Asia's itchy sweater.
She coming back.
Exactly. Everybody needs a t-shirt for their itchy sweater.
There you go.
We need people that close their mouth when they chew. We need people that say, hey, what did you say?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I loved this.
So good.
I hope you guys are wearing your most comfy, cozy sweaters this season and doing all your favorite fall things. And I want to know about them. Also, you can just like send us a picture of your favorite sweater.
Yes.
I would love to see your favorite sweater. That'd be great. Here's mine.
It's so cute, right? Mine is a sweater dress. But I do love this scarf.
That scarf.
It's not scarf weather. I mean, cute. It is, but But it's not that name of the episode, but it's fine.
No, it's
fall.
The white girls would love it.
That's true.
They love a sweater and a scarf.
A sweater and a scarf.
And a boot that goes to the knee.
They really do. Did I tell you about the one time I never like have an affinity towards boots, but I saw this pair on TikTok shop that I was like, oh, beautiful. It looks so good. There's like these like embroidered stars on it. It feels very on brand for me. If I was to wear a pair of boots, it would be this one. It's like black and like goldish. And I was like really about to buy it because they were on sale. And then I looked at the specs for the product, and let me tell you that the opening was 2 inches smaller than my calf diameter.
Listen, if a boot... Boots are not created for people with legs of normal size.
It's so true.
It makes me so mad.
They're created for Barbies.
For real. Like a Bratz doll where it just snaps onto their leg. Yeah. That's what boots are made for. But if you are a boot creator, because you're totally listening to our podcast, put the freaking calf extender in there.
Come on.
I want the material that stretches so I can zip and not pinch my skin. Oh.
Yeah, and this one was like a slide. You can even zip it in. I was like, I would never. Yeah. I'm like, who's wearing this? But then I feel like, because like you see the TikToks of people like wearing the boots to like sell the product, and like, who are these people?
Let me see your leg.
Yeah. Show it to me.
Show me your calf right now.
Get the tape measure out. But yeah, I love the scarf.
Scarf, sweater, boot with a calf extender.
Yes, please. That's my perfect fall day.
Oh my gosh. This is probably one of our more unhinged episodes.
I think so. I thought this was going to be super short.
It's so long.
We started crazy too. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so we want to hear your stories about your fall things, your sweaters, your actual literal sweaters, or your comfy or itchy sweater moments. We want to hear about your calf extender boots. And
we want to hear about what you think about palm reading at
Whole Foods. What the heck? And we want you to rate, review, subscribe, follow. Please. Just give us all of your love.
Please.
Yeah.
It is a season for giving, you know.
So true.
Being grateful,
being thankful of giving. We're giving
so thankful
things to us, and we're thankful for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Everyone's thankful. Okay. Okay, and your delulu to dulu today is hey bestie, you're an amazing person. You are so capable. I believe in you. But like, we're all human. So maybe like put a little timer on your phone when you're doing your laundry, because I just know that when you're binge watching Gilmore Girls or all of the Thanksgiving episodes of Gossip Girl in your living room, and you kind of hear the laundry machine alarms, whatever, go off, you are not gonna get up and switch the laundry. So do yourself a favor. I mean, I get it. Like, you're so capable, but like, that is everyone's weakness.
I think I currently have a load in my washer.
Exactly. Okay. So either get out your coupon book that's like telling your significant other to do laundry for the day, or put that timer on your phone, because I'm here for you. We're here for you.
Yeah.
You've got this.
I'm here in solidarity with you. I need to text Nick.
But anyways, I'm Asia the Girl.
And I'm Faith Okay.
See you later, besties.
Bye.
Bye.
In my washer. Dang it! I think I rewashed it already too.
Yeah. How long has it been in there?
Like a day. Or like half a day, I guess. It's like
just a little rinse and spin.
Throw another pot in.
Yeah.